All right, what's going on, everybody? Another voiceover video here. So this is a training session for my wife. So I've been programming her strength training for about 4.5 months now, I think. She's had a ton of bad luck and misfortune over the past 3 years. She tore her ACL, MCL, and LCL playing volleyball, back in 2022. She ended up having 3 surgeries in the span of like 20 months, and she's tried to rehab it with various physical therapists and various clinics, and they all pretty much treated her like a geriatric, treated her with kid gloves, and I didn't want to get involved, but that's unfortunately a way too common mindset amongst PTs still. So eventually she just got fed up with how soft the PTs were treating her and telling her to lower her expectations to what kind of fitness level she can get back to, and then she asked me to help her out. So she played Division I volleyball and was actually an All-American. So she's a great athlete, and she went through a legitimate strength and conditioning program through 4 years of college. So she doesn't really need any coaching, like technique-wise. She knows how to do all of the lifts. I'm just doing the programming, and then I kind of guide her regarding various kind of fringe strength training recommendations and load selections and things like that. So right now, she's pulling heavy 2 days per week, and then her squatting frequency is 1.5 days per week. And she's currently running a linear, or just a basic linear progression on the main lifts like RDLs, deads, presses, and she's going to run this progression out until it stalls out. So that's the plan with her strength training. The other exercises she's performing, she's either using double progressions or doing giant sets. So for the chins, she's always doing giant sets for the chins. So I'm not really doing anything while I'm in there with her other than just kind of putzing around, doing some mobility work, and just like kind of offering her my opinions and helping her decide loads and things like that. So she pulled 140 or RDL'd 140 for 3 sets of 5 on this day. The bar was moving well, and I would bet she'll be able to progress this to like 185 before she'll need any sort of change in programming strategy. I really want to push her on the pulling to ensure a strong posterior chain, and then let the quad strength build with a little bit lower frequency of the squatting and with some leg extensions. I had her do some vertical jumps with the OVR jump system between sets of RDLs, not for any sort of potentiation purpose, but because she wants to get back into jumping so that she can play volleyball again. And having her start with vertical jumps in which she can see real-time feedback on her jump height is great for her. Doing it this way, she can auto-regulate her jump height as opposed to having to jump onto a box or over a hurdle. She has to jump at a certain height. And so doing it this way with OVR, she can regulate her jump height based on her comfortability and still get some like real landing forces without the elimination of landing forces by having her jump onto a box. So I kind of like this strategy for her. Bench is starting to kind of stall out, as you'll see here. She's currently making 1 to 2 pound jumps per session. She hit 91 pounds for 3 sets of 5 today, and you can see the bar starting to slow down for her. I think she can probably eat a little bit more food to help her recover better and push her progress out to last a little bit longer. But I guess we'll just kind of see what happens with her upper body. But to finish up the session, she hit belt squats. So this is one of the like squat accessory exercises I'm having her do. This was her first session of the belt squats, actually. So what we did was ascending sets of 8 to 12 reps just to kind of find a good working weight to use starting next week. She worked up to 90 pounds for 12 today, which is good because then she'll just start there next week and try to get 3 sets of 12 next week, and then we can bump up the weight. So there's that example of a double progression for her. Her chins, like I said, the chins have just been giant sets, and she's pairing them up with the belt squats just to kind of save time because we're in the garage in the morning. She has to get the session in before our daughter wakes up. But she had to get a total of 11 reps in this session. So she hit 4, 4, and 3. She kind of treated each of those sets like cluster sets, which is totally fine with me. But yeah, if anyone has any questions about her training strategy moving forward, let me know, because she's in a little bit of a different situation with like her knee rehab and all that kind of stuff. She's in a return to play type program right now. So if there's any specific questions about her training specifically, put them in the comments. I could put more of these videos up of me training my other clients too, and maybe give some more insight to that as well. So just let me know if that can provide some value, and I'll start doing that. Peace.